Greetings, knife fans, and we're on the Love Them Knives channel. LTK here. Yes, we do. We're digging the knives, and we got TwoSun. I know this is probably not the noblesse oblige brand that everybody is, wanting to talk about necessarily on their channels, but we go a different way around here. So TwoSun knives. Yes. And yeah, when they first came out with that, like TS19, TS21, whatever, I mean, I was intrigued. They were on eBay. They were throwing them up left and right, starting them at a penny and whatever. So, wow, how they have progressed, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, check this one out. Yeah, this is not just your little standard, Joe Blow deal. They have, I mean, you've got a milled titanium pocket clip. You've got, your over travel stop and your insert, hardened steel insert in the lock bar. Probably the worst part about this knife is the D2 steel. You're going, man, this thing's so fancy, so zoomed up. You're going, this needs some like S35 VN, CTS 204P, M390 something. And speaking of M390, yes, TwoSun does have models out there with M390 and integral. So not on this model, but what I'm saying is, they have stepped up the game, haven't they? And I got this one because it's just crazy looking, right? I mean, sometimes it's just crazy, so you got to get it. I gotta get this one, honey. It's crazy. Gotta cut through here. It's really, this whole thing looks like it's upside down to me. This blade is, the blade's upside down, right? The top of this blade ought to be up here, right? Because then the bottom of the blade should be like this, right? And then the top goes back like, right? Is this thing upside down? Okay. It's counterintuitive, that's for sure. And check out the flipper tab. Look at this. Look at the flipper tab. When I first pulled this out of the box, I'm like, how do I open this knife? Oh, we got a nail neck. That's nice. Wow. This doesn't exactly hit you right in the middle of the face, does it? It's a little like it's lost. It's cool. I like that. I mean, you know what this reminds me of? The Riot Future. Check the flipper tab out on the Riot Future. It's a lot like that. A little angular, kind of a little bit like a Tashi Baruka design, right? Maybe even. But in any case, this is KC Designs, is what this is. This is not night morning design, although that's what I called it on Instagram when I first posted it. And then KC Designs, or one of the other viewers on Instagram, were like, dude. But there's two different TwoSun knife Instagram accounts. One is TwoSun Knives and one is TwoSun Knives 2017. The one that says TwoSun Knives 2017 said KC Designs. The one that was a bigger account and I thought was the authoritative one said Night Morning Design. But I was wrong, and so were they. No, I got corrected. So this is KC Designs. And I'll put a link to his Instagram under this video, and you can check him out. But how crazy is this? You got three different colors. You got blue on a backspacer, right? Titanium. Then you got a titanium body knife here with green and gold. The pocket clip's got machining on it. Single screw. Wow. I mean, see, there's the underside of the backspacer. I mean, you've got some things going on here. You've got some machining, some different levels. If you can tell, this contours up here. You got to cut through here, cut through here. right? Then you've got this, 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 this. Yeah, I'm not really too crazy about this. Check this out. Okay, so you get the knife, you push this, and this is another thing. No pass-through really here. I'm not crazy about that, but then again, if you're really concentrating on the design, I guess maybe you got to feel a little pain, right? So this pass through, I mean, you got to stick your thumb in there, you got to find it, pull it out, and it's not a real, flexible lock bar. So this is a little bit of a push to disengage, and it's so, same level here, no pass through, that, see what I'm saying? It's, you got to dig your flesh in there and push that aside. Doesn't make it as much fun as knives that have a big pass-through, okay? This. So you're flipping your knife, right? And so since you don't have a big flipper tab, if you had a big flipper tab, right? So let's say your flipper tab's up here, okay? So when you flip your knife, your finger lands here, right? Lands down here. But the shorter it is, the less it's going to travel. And this is not a push button knife. This is a pull back knife. So the problem is you're riding a bumpy road here with your finger. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Okay? So you got this folded up. If you want to deploy this, because it's not a tall flipper tab, you're stroking it. You're stroking it along the man, the chicanes, baby. You're skiing down this thing. Only this is rough and rocky. Okay? So, yeah. Chicane? Moguls? Moguls. In any case, whatever. See? That's no bueno. I don't know why they did that. I guess to kind of have symmetry with the ones they put back here, which I don't know why they put them back here either. This is not your roughy tufty mountain man knife anyhow. This is just like, this is one of those, hello, piece of art, craftsmanship, exercise in design, that kind of thing. Box cutter, something. Oh, by the way, let's do this. What do we got here? 12.5 millimeters, about a ½ inch. Let's see what the blades. 0.15. What do we got? About 4 millimeter. Okay, that's crazy. That's pretty good bunch of thickness. You know what? You're not noticing the thickness so much because you got these bevels along here, so they don't show the really in that way the full width of the blade stock. So it's a lot heavier blade stock than you think it is otherwise. And you've got a pretty strong tip right here. So you could do some crazy cutting. Let's see if it'll do any crazy cutting. Oh man. Whoa, that's just sliding on oil right there. Wow, that's good. Yeah, that's sharp. Okay. And can you imagine? I mean, this is a box cutter, isn't it? It's an X-Acto knife. And you've actually got a little bit of a choil here. Hey, you've got this slot, this cut through on this blade, and it's really nicely rounded and smooth. So there's no sharp edges here. Sometimes you can get a Spyderco knife with a Spidey hole and it's edgy, but that's not. But you're not gonna Spidey flick this either. I don't think you're gonna do that. This sits in there too deep. Too deep. Speaking of Spidey hole, how about our little paramilitary? So where are we? We're not far off, are we? We're not far off. I think this may be a 3-inch blade at best, and of course it's going to depend on where you measure it. But look at that. Wow. we're running neck and neck there. And this is about 8 and 3/8, something like that. Let's get Bertha. Come here, Bertha. Let's check it out. Well, there's 3 1/4. And of course, you know, if the blade was on right side up, it'd be like 3 5/8. I mean, there's 8, and yeah, it is right dead on with the para, the exact same length. Okay, so we're talking 21 centimeters, and just depends on how you want to roll with this. 80, a little less than 85 millimeters on the blade length. Come here, just catch the tip here and show me. Yeah, 82, 83, something like that. So, I mean, you got a 3-inch cutting edge, but see, I mean, if the blade was upside down, it'd be a damn near 4-inch blade. It just seems upside down, doesn't it? Somebody screwed up. Nah, I you know, I understand. I get it. Wild. The blue, the green, you know, and I've seen this blue-green thing. And I think it was Thai Survival did a knife for a buddy of mine using blue and green, called it the Statue of Liberty type special finish. There wasn't gold in there, but it was a blue-green. And I didn't think blue-green would be simpatico, but it is. So, yeah, that works. Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, I took it apart. So, what do we got? Well, it looks like we got ceramic bearings. And of course, there's your catch basin for them, which goes inside the titanium, because you don't want to make contact with the titanium. It should be steel with steel or ceramic with steel. And of course, then that's steel there. Internal blades, stop pin. There's your track for that. There's your hardened steel insert over travel stop. Looks like a ceramic detent ball. And then there's your other. And, you know, they're doing this now, right? They're doing the little O-rings, the little rubber O-rings on the inside of the pivot tube and pivot screw. And I think they're doing that so that they don't back off with flipping action and stuff, that this tends to keep the screw from, you know, rotating as you flip it 500 times. You know what I mean? So the blade doesn't come off center and you know, generate blade play, that kind of thing. I think. And there's your pocket clip. See, you got the back spacer, and then you got this. This is just a you know, a locator pin here. In any case. So just in case, I mean, maybe I should take them apart live or whatever, but then you're going to hear lots of cussing. And good Lord Almighty. Yeah, I like it. I mean, so they're flat scales. They're not really contoured in that way, although you got these radius cut in here. Yeah, I mean, the only problem with that is you leave a really thin area here. You don't have a lot of thickness here to where you can disengage, so that it tends to bite into the end of your thumb a little bit because it's fairly thin here, and it's fairly stiff lock bar, and you don't have a pass-through like I've been bitching about half this video. So you see what I'm saying? .1 ounces and 116 grams. That's pretty light. I mean, for a knife that's basically the same size as the para. You know, so standard EDC thing. Yeah, like gripster here. Yeah, pretty much the same. Flip the aspect ratio here. You're getting there. This one seems smaller, doesn't it? Yeah, this is probably 8 inches even. This is just a little bit over. Not that big a deal. But yeah. Cool knife. I really like it. I like it, except, yeah, there's some things. This landing zone here, I mean, it's not going to eat your finger up because these are pretty, these aren't edgy, real sharp necessarily. They're going to be annoying after a while. They're going to be annoying, and they're going to maybe kind of wear on you a bit, And then this, yeah, also kind of makes you focus a little bit more because the pass-through's not that open and easy. So you're pushing hard, so you're kind of feeling the pressure on the tip of your thumb as you're trying to disengage that with very little pass-through ability there, or none really. So those are the two things that, are nits on this knife. And I cannot kind of understand the pass-through not being there. I don't know if I understand this. I think they could have done none of this, actually, at all, and been fine. I mean, you got jimping on your flipper tab, so you could flip it. Do you need this? Is this really that important? It's... Because you know what? See here, and since this knife seems like it's upside down, when you go forward here, you could almost have put some nice little jimping along here, because this is what you're going to do. This, you're so far back. See, I mean, this is weird. This is not an angle you're going to use. This is the angle you're going to use. So your finger's back here. Your thumb's going to be up here, but then you're kind of detached from the blade. If you're going to work, close work, you're going to be up here. This is where you should have probably put the jimping. And maybe a little bit here, and then taking this off. Just because I'm such a design expert. Okay, I'm not. But, just saying. Just little things. Little things. Other than the fact that they're getting really proud of these, huh? TS83. Man, these are, I think if you catch these on DHgate, I think they want $80, maybe 85. And you're going, well, okay. I mean, yeah, you got a milled pocket clip. You got a lot of anno work there. Crazy design. But it's D2 steel, so that's not wildly expensive. But I've probably paid more for less in the past, so I think it just comes kind of down to the design, doesn't it? Don't you think? When you look at it, it's either something you dig or you don't. This is definitely not the ergo knife of the year, although, it's doable. It's doable, but this is, like I said, this is not your ranch or outdoor, camping knife. This is kind of proud carrying, kind of just like for the art of it, and something that you may, if you find this intriguing, that's the whole situation there. But it's functional as a knife. Not a problem there. Very functional as a knife, That's I mean, talk about wanting to open letters or packages or something like that you may do. Like the other knives are coming in the mail, and you get this one out to open it up big time. Whew. They're very sharp. Piercing, cutting, slicing. I mean, the flipper tabs disappeared pretty much. So, when you get the big, tall flipper tabs and they roll down here, you got this big old guard hanging here. But then that makes your contact point like here. This one, a little easier in there, a little closer. So as far as usability on the blade, actually probably pretty usable. Very sharp. You can flick it. Don't like the fact that it's so thin and it's fairly stiff here. This, disengagement is not as much fun. And then this jimping here, not so much. And other than that, if you really like the design of the knife, do I think it's a quality piece? Do I think the fit and the finish is pretty good? Yeah, it came apart and went back together and centered up. No lock rock, no blade play. You know, they're putting the little O-rings in there. I mean, ceramic bearings, hardened steel insert over travel stop, milled, anodized, titanium backspace, titanium pocket clip. Come on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. What do you think? Make your comments in the comment section. And I do appreciate you stopping by, checking out my videos, supporting my channel. That's great. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you're having fun. You know, that's what this is all about. We're just, you can argue till the day is done, but the bottom line is we're all kind of really enthusiasts about knives, and we may not all agree, but I think we can all agree that we sure have a lot of fun checking these knives out in our collecting and using experience with these. There's just so much design, so much going on now in the knife world. Not like it was 30, 40 years ago. This is crazy. It's really, the proliferation is incredible. Hard to keep up with anything anymore, but it's just amazing, and it's great because there's just so much creativity out there. So I really enjoy it. And thanks so much for joining me. Love Them Knives channel. Hey, we're here just to do what we can to kind of pick up the odds and the ends, the weird ones. I mean, everybody's got a review on a Spyderco Para 2. So we kind of like to deviate a little bit the road less traveled, right, Robert Frost? So nothing wrong with that. Thanks for joining me. Stay up with our table sales. We have giveaways. You got to be a subscriber to win. So subscribe. And you know we love, you know what we do, you know what we're all about on this channel. Yeah, we love them knives. So stay sharp, my friend.